welcome to Coaching with Tally. Talking today about one thing successful people do that sets them apart and how you can be implementing that into your life immediately, starting today. So my name is Tally. I'm a life and personal development coach, and I have the honor and privilege of working with leaders to create lives of overflowing impact that are centered in joy. Really getting leaders alive to who they most truly are, what it is that they're made for, and how they can really create a life that they love living. So today we're in the series of fixed and growth mindsets. Wow, I have something in my eye. I think it's sunscreen in my eye. Anyway, we're going to keep rolling because we're not starting this over. So moving from fixed mindsets to a place of growth mindsets. We're in a series right now talking about that. And one of the ways to create a growth mindset is really to become a lifelong learner. It's a mouthful. A lot of alliteration in that. A lifelong learner. So somebody who is always growing and always learning and always developing themselves and onboarding new skills and creating new places of interest and curiosity. So we're going to talk today about what does it look like to be a lifelong learner? What are the benefits of it? And how can you implement that in your life today? So what is lifelong learning? It can incorporate a lot of different things. So it could be the onboarding of new skills. It doesn't have to always be in like formal academia. It can be, it doesn't have to be. It's really you pursuing things that you love and enjoy and are genuinely interested in. So it could be a skill that you want to onboard, like cooking or salsa dancing or public speaking. Maybe you take a cooking class, or maybe you get into Toastmasters and practice your speaking skills, or maybe you go out salsa dancing every Friday night and learn some things. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it. It's something that is, it can be a skill, it can be something that you're just self-taught. So maybe you just want to learn a new language and you get an audio course and you just work yourself into learning a new language. It could be an interest, something you've just kind of always been curious about but haven't ever taken the time to really research. Maybe it's, oceans or space or something sciencey, or it could be something in the tech space, like learning technology. It could be a new activity or a kind of like something that's a little bit more athletic. So maybe taking a Krav Maga class, or a self-defense thing, or a type of, like maybe it's some kind of going hiking and learning trees, or it could be anything, just something that you're kind of curious about, interested in, and you just want to get into that space and learn more about it. It could be taking a course, it could be learning about a new culture, taking a trip, or going on a retreat, which, by the way, we have one coming up. It's going to be the last day of September, first week of October. This year, we're going to Italy, so if that's something you want to lean into and get that whole Italian experience, hit me up. I'll give you more details about it. So it could be something culture. It could be so many different things. So that's kind of what lifelong learning is, or could incorporate or encompass. Let's talk about the benefits of it. So learning new skills, onboarding new things, leaning into things that you're interested in, does a number of things. One, it develops self-confidence. So as you gain knowledge, as you onboard more skills, both personally or professionally, you actually gain a lot more confidence in yourself. Another thing it does is renewed self-motivation. So a lot of times we get into these ruts, we're just kind of like plugging away, doing the same thing. We've kind of got enough mastery over something we're doing at work or, with our free time. And we just can get a little bored and not even know that that's what it is that's going on. So it renews self-motivation. It causes you to pause and say, how do I want to grow? We're actually wired to always be in the place of progressing and growth. That's part of what makes us feel alive and makes us feel fulfilled, is when we're learning and growing and progressing in something. So it's super important to be a lifelong learner. Another thing is it causes you to focus your attention on skills and personal things that you just interests, things that you are curious about, things that you want to grow in, things that you want to learn. It focuses you on those things, which is really, really productive and helpful. And then also it's an improvement of personal and professional skills. So you're just increasing your skill set, which makes you more valuable in so many different ways. It makes you more interesting as a person. It makes you more valuable in the workplace. So we've covered like kind of what is lifelong learning, what are some of the benefits, and now we're going to talk about some how-to. So let me sum up this last thing. Whether you're pursuing personal interests or chasing professional ambitions, lifelong learning will help you achieve satisfaction and fulfillment. And here's how to do it. So one, you first of all just want to recognize what are some of your interests, what are some of your goals. The second thing you want to do is sit down with a pen and paper, or maybe you do it on a note in your phone, and you make a list of all of the things that you want to grow in, that you want to learn. So just list them out. So, if you've been kind of interested in cooking, but you don't feel like you're great at it, but you would love to be, maybe make a list of the kinds of things you want to learn how to do. Maybe it's like, I really want to be great at making awesome sauces, or I want to be amazing on the grill, or I've really never gotten into baking, but I would love to be able to bake really healthy desserts. Whatever it is, like you list out the specific things that you want to learn. And then research and read some of the different ways that you could onboard those skills. So maybe it's taking an online course. Maybe it's getting a book or an audiobook around that topic. Maybe it's joining a group or a club or a class in person. Just figure out how you want to onboard those skills. So first is recognizing what your interests and goals are. Second one is listing what it is you want to learn specifically. And the third one is researching and reading the different ways that you could go about doing that, and then choose one or a couple. The fourth thing is to implement a schedule. So how are you going to onboard those things? Like, is it going to be, you're going to listen to this book for 10 minutes every day as you're in the shower getting ready? Is it going to be, you're going to sign up for this class that is once a week, some evening during the week? Is it going to be, you're going to take this online course and here's when it starts and here's when it's over, or here's how you're going to implement the course? Some of them are self-guided and you're going to do this Tuesdays and Thursdays, or like how specifically are you going to implement this into your schedule? So fourth is schedule. And then 5 is just committing to the thing. Like you saying, I'm going to do this, and so like I had a specific client and she has a profession, she's really successful in what she does, but she really wanted to also onboard the skill of real estate because she wants to be able to do some real estate investing. So she's like, I'm just going to get my license. So she's like, what's that going to take? And we looked at it and she found an online course and she figured out exactly how the speed that she was going to go through it. She put it on her calendar. She scheduled the test. She got it into her calendar so that it's actually happening and she committed to it. I had another client and, he was like, I just want to be more healthy. And I was like, cool. What can you do to create that? What interests you? And he was like, I think I just want to start getting on the treadmill and just, even if it's, 10 minutes a day this week. And he got on the treadmill, I think 3 days for, 10 or 12 minutes, something like that. It wasn't that long. And then he upped his time and he upped his frequency and he upped the length. And as he developed more stamina, that increased until the point where he was like, I think I want to get off the treadmill and actually run a race. And so he picked a race and showed up in person and ran it that day, loved it. And now he does 4 or 5 marathons every year. It's so cool. But a lot of it was just choosing an interest that, got him toward a goal that he wanted to have, which is being more fit, more healthy, and then put it on the schedule, created some goals around it, and then looked at, researched races and stuff in town and committed to some, implemented a marathon training schedule into his calendar, and then committed to the thing. And now he loves it, and it keeps him on this track of being healthier. He's active. He has, it helps with stress management, all of those things. So looking at, again, the 5 steps are recognize your interests and goals, list what it is that you want, what it is you want to learn or create, research and read how you're going to implement that, the different learning styles, implementing a schedule, and then committing to the thing. And maybe getting an accountability partner or a coach, or saying it even on social media, like, I'm going to do this thing. Who wants to join me? Or watch me do this thing. I'm going to commit to coming on here when I accomplish and letting you guys know what I learned, something like that. So commit to it. Have fun with this, becoming a lifelong learner, to get you into a place of growth mindset and just growing in who you are and as a person. Blessings. Have fun with this. Talk to you soon.